And I thought Arkham City's was had some bad challenge requirements, but I take that back. When I've played Arkham City challenge mode and I compare it to this one, Arkham City is definitely generous compared to this game's extreme challenge maps. Because like on Arkham City, there's like some where they require you to use the line launcher to hit two different enemies and survive without getting hit by a single bullet, things like that, and take down an enemy during a fire hydrant explosion, just things like that. I thought things like that were hard. Nope, they're easy compared to what they're like on here, and you'll see what that is when I show that off eventually. Here's the next challenge map. I'm kind of bad. I don't really know the names of these very well. I do know this one's called Shock and Awe. This particular challenge map does have a catch to it. If you look at the right of the screen, you can see there's like a time limit, and it's getting really low there. Basically, if you don't complete the round in enough time, the floor, you're in the setting where the floor has like electrical pulsations. Basically, the electricity panels will turn on, and you lose the challenge. You have to complete the round within the time limit. And the extreme version of this challenge map is very difficult. I've already attempted doing it once, and I can't get past the second round. Hopefully I can fix that by the time I show the extreme challenges in my Let's Play of this. But yeah, that's pretty much the premise of challenge mode. Looking at my clock, I can't believe it took me like 17 minutes just to explain all that. Oh my goodness, but it was required. I had to explain that. But anyway, I actually don't know what I was going to say there. Oh, this particular challenge map does have another catch. You'll see it here in a little bit, but when you get to a certain round, one of the enemies will actually be Zaz himself with knives. The only thing that's unique about Zaz is it's required to stun him first before you can actually take him down, just because he's a knife enemy. He's kind of like a mini-boss of sorts, if you want to look at it that way. Also, he can withstand like certain combo moves. Well, you can instantly take him down with the instant takedown combo, but like if you try to use the throw combo on him, I think he will survive the first throw, but that will significantly weaken him after you do throw him. I also like how you can throw the enemies off the edge of this map. This particular challenge isn't that easy, to be honest. If I remember right, I didn't even get 2 medals on this one. I got close, but I didn't even get 2. Also, you gotta watch out for the enemies with the stun batons. As before in the story mode, you have to use the evade move to leap over them and hit them from behind. That's the only way you can damage them without getting hurt. I guess you could also use the bat claw to disarm them, but that doesn't always work. Unless the situation works out in that favor, I suppose. Sometimes it doesn't work, though, is basically what I'm trying to say. But yeah, like right here in this challenge, you can see Zaz is one of the enemies. And I like what Batman does here. He just takes the stun baton and shocks the enemy with it. I thought that was pretty cool. And there I grabbed Zaz, but that didn't take him down. It did damage him, though. But anyway, yeah, this is pretty much what challenge mode is. The only reason I mainly did post commentary as opposed to live is because later on they start to get more difficult and I have to do more than one attempt at these. So instead of like editing all that to make it sound appropriate, I'm just flat out going to say, well, this is post commentary and blah blah blah, pretty much. I would record live commentary, but it would take so many attempts that way. And there they go with calling Batman an old man. They're like, you hit like a girl, you hit like an old man.
Thanks for showing me them.
You're welcome, Joker. And yeah, I only got 1 medal out of that. Sadness. 30,000 was the requirement for 3 medals for that, though. And I was just a few points away from getting 20,000, which would have gotten me 2 medals at least, but alas, I didn't get that. And here's the next Predator map. Oh, I said at the beginning of the video, there's actually 3 different types of challenges. The third type is like, I guess it's called an endurance challenge. You won't see that in the regular challenges. It's part of the downloadable content, and I do have all the maps that were available for download at the present time. I have, at this point in time, the last downloadable map was available back in 2010, so I don't know that they have plans to release any more for this particular game. Even as we speak, Arkham City is expecting, from what I last heard, the pre-order content's going to be available in like less than a week, which is like the Iceberg Lounge and the Joker's Carnival Challenge map. And they're also like releasing an exclusive Batcave challenge map as well. But that's because Arkham City is a much more recent game. It was just released like a little over a month ago, so... Well, I guess it's almost 2 months ago at this point. But still, it's fairly new, given when it was released compared to Arkham Asylum, which was a couple years back. And of course I would get spotted by an enemy, but I did manage to get 2 of the medals in the process. One of the requirements was to do an inverted takedown. And... wow, I was not paying attention. I don't even know what I did to get that. Wow, my bad. I do know one requirement, you have to bust through the glass ceiling to land on one for this particular map. I do remember that one. I think, okay, I remember now. You're supposed to get on a vantage point and, like, land on the enemy from above and then take them down as soon as you land on them. And there I got all 3 medals. It's just a matter of taking out the rest of the enemies now, which I should do promptly. Yeah, this particular challenge map's honestly not that hard. At least in my opinion, it's not. And even though he's shooting me, he is the last enemy, so I can take him out pretty good without worrying about others coming to assist him. Oh, I also did forget to mention, the enemies in the Predator challenges do have suicide collars, so if you take one out, the other enemies will be alerted to the presence of the enemy you took out. So keep that in mind as you're going through these. Just a word of advice on that. And here's the last regular combat challenge map. This is Rumble in the Jungle. This takes place, excuse me, in the Botanical Gardens. It's the secret laboratory where Joker was making the Titan formula. In my opinion, this particular challenge is actually decent. Even though the requirements are much more strict, you have to get 50,000 points to get 3 medals for this map. It's honestly not that bad. Because for this particular challenge, there's a much larger wave of enemies, so it should be easy to take care of them. I don't foresee too much difficulty. And even as I did it, it only took me 1 try, and I was still able to get all 3 medals. So as I said, this honestly is not that hard. Now, as I said though, for the extreme challenge maps, the AI will definitely get harder, and I already did record some of the extreme challenges, and I did run into a situation there where I nearly died for one of the combat challenges. And like right here, I'm not taking barely any hits. So as far as getting a perfect night bonus on the extreme challenges, good luck. That's all I can say. Because it's almost impossible to not get hit on the extreme challenges. I'm hinting that there's like a 0.01% of not being hit. Well, it's probably not that realistic, but still. To me, it seems that way. It's definitely not the easiest thing to do. That bonus alone, though, does help you a lot, because it gives you 5,000 points. So a bonus like that definitely comes in handy. And as before, try to vary your moves so you can increase your variation bonus. The higher variation you get, the higher your score will be. I think the most you can get is like ×9 or ×10, I forget for sure. Feel free to answer that if you do know yourself what the best variation score is. It's either ×9 or ×10 though, I think. Pretty sure it's one of those. Okay, let me think of the moves. Well, you can strike an enemy, you can counter them, you can stun them, you can take them down, you can use the Ultra Bat Claw. You can use the Batarangs.
One man dressed like a lunatic and
You can use the throw combo. You can use the instant takedown combo without being damaged by enemies. So that's times 8. And I don't know if the critical strike counts as one as not or not. And that's where you like hit an enemy as soon as you just finished with another enemy. I don't know if that counts as a variation or not. I'm not sure. I think it is times 9 though, from what I'm aware of. And it's different for the Joker also has combat challenges. The variations different for him, just because he doesn't have the same gadgets as Batman. In a way, the Joker really doesn't have, like, gadgets per se. He mainly just has, like, I don't know, like, prank toys. Just, like, prank items or whatever, like, something like that. Joker does get a special item, though, which, when I show him off, I'll be sure to talk about it. And yeah, also in Rumble in the Jungle, a Titan enemy is in the last round. The best thing you can do is build up your combo and then get on the back of the Titan. And then as you've seen there, I already got the 3 medal requirements, but I'm still going to keep it going because that is a good score that I got. But try to get on the back of the Titan and you'll get what's called rodeo strikes by hitting enemies while you're riding on the back of the Titan enemy. So that definitely helps out as well if you can pull that off. Boy, my mouth feels like it's ready to just, like, well, first off, it's kind of dry after all that talking. I feel like I need a drink. I'll definitely get it here once the recording's over. But that was a lot of explanation that I just did. And that was like 27.5 minutes worth at this point. So yeah, I hope I didn't bore you at all during any of that, but I just thought I'd throw out some tips, though, just to help you out with these challenge mode maps. In my opinion, of the normal challenges, Shock and Awe is definitely the hardest of the 4, for the combat challenges at least. And then for the Predator challenges, we still have one more yet to see. The last one, in all honesty, is the hardest. There's no question about that. It's definitely much harder compared to the other 3. And also keep in mind, if you're down to the Titan enemy, you can just throw Batarangs at him to whittle his health down as well. You definitely want to throw the Batarang when he charges up his move like that, because that way he'll run into a wall and get stunned. And there I took him out and finished the challenge.
Thanks for showing me that.
I missed what my variation bonus was there, but it didn't really matter because I did get 3 medals. So that was right there, that was definitely one of my better playthroughs of a combat challenge. Again, though, that score's probably not bragging rights. I'm sure there are people who can do much better than that. And here's the last challenge. This was my first attempt of it. I went ahead and showed it off, even though I kind of sucked. Yeah. Remember I said try not to take the enemies head on? I didn't even listen to my own advice, because as one enemy was shooting me, others kept ganging up on me, and that happened. So yeah.
I'd like to thank my fans for their undying support, and the people of Gotham, who I will be seeing very, very soon.
So that was the first death of the challenge mode. Although I went ahead and did another attempt, gave it my all the second time around. Second time was much better. I'm gonna go ahead and say this. This is the first Predator challenge. I even paused right here to show them briefly. They are, even for a regular challenge map, the challenge, or the medal requirements for this challenge are pretty difficult, actually, in my opinion. The first one said you were supposed to knock out 3 enemies with 1 explosive gel. How would I word this? You have to use explosive gel on a bombable wall, and the debris has to knock out at least 3 enemies, which, that's really difficult in my opinion. It's really difficult to get 3 enemies to gather up at one spot where let alone get them by a bombable wall, but just to get 3 enemies like to gather in one spot's really difficult. So I went ahead and just skipped doing that. I'm sure there's a video already on YouTube that shows how to do that, but I really wasn't going to bother with that. And as for the other two, another one requires you to take out an enemy from below a grate. That alone's not too bad, but the problem is during this particular run that I did, it seemed like none of the enemies would ever walk over the grates. So no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't lure them that way. And that was the third requirement. Use explosive gel to stun an opponent that will walk by it and it blows up on them. And I had to make a cut here because I wasted so much time till anything happened. I used explosive gel to knock out one enemy there. Too bad it wasn't 3. I could have gotten another medal, but oh well. I really don't know how to get that. That's really difficult in my opinion. But as far as getting them to get by a grate, that's normally not too hard, but they just would not go over it when I tried it for some reason. I don't know why. Arkham City has a similar requirement for like 1 or 2 of the maps as well. And I had no difficulty. They came running for the grates as soon as I started the challenge map. I had no problem with it on Arkham City, but on this game, for some reason, I had difficulty because I couldn't even lure them over it. And I did take out 2 more enemies there with the Ultra Backclaw. And it's time to speed up because there's really nothing interesting that happens here. So I went ahead and sped up the video. From what I could tell, this is almost over, though. I sped it up, though, just because, as I said, nothing was really going on that was too interesting. And I decided to just skip the other 2 medal requirements. Because, like right here, I attempted to get the grate, just to at least get 2 of them. But I couldn't even do that. Oh, and by the way, the first medal, I mean, I already did it, but I can go ahead and show off what to do here. What you're supposed to do is put explosive gel. And the upgrade for the explosive gel is it'll blow up when an enemy walks by the explosive gel automatically. That's all the requirement is, just get an enemy to walk by explosive gel, and then you get the medal when it blows up. And I guess the third time's the I like the Joker's sped up voice, that's funny. But I guess 3 explosive gels was enough to knock him out. But yeah, here come the other enemies. They're the last 2 left for the challenge. Like they wouldn't even walk by the grate. I waited there forever and they just would not walk by it. There's Joker's sped up voice again. And I tried to lure an enemy like with the Batarang and I just couldn't get it to work either, so I figured I'll just take him out the normal way. I wish I could have gotten these challenge medals, but as I said, I was just playing for the sake of fun on these. I'm not showing off like a guide on how to get all 3 for every single challenge. And that's why I'm showing them more than one challenge map in a video too, is because I'm just kind of like playing through and enjoying the game as I do it. And this is it for the challenge. The last enemy's there, I just take them out with the Batclaw. And until next time, this is ToadinWonderland. I'll be back for more challenge maps with the extreme challenges. Until then, peace out.